Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, any returning or new viewers. Today isn't a full video, it's more of a filler episode considering it's mostly consisted of a lot of walking and regular looting as a continuation of the last video. Speaking of which, in case you haven't already watched that video, I highly advise you do, or if you haven't and you're new here, here's the quick rundown. We started off the last episode by making our wonderful character we named Dig Big, left the vault, did some small looting of the nearby buildings, and went to the Wayward to complete the first part of the quest, building a sign and getting the location of an enemy base, and finish off the episode in a small 1x1 shack outside the bar. But in this episode, we're continuing on from that point. I loaded up 76 to realise my base got removed, probably because someone else had a base there or such. I went back into the Wayward to talk to Duchess and more about the mission and where they'll give me more information on where I need to continue, pretty well. Leaving the bar, I went to go venture off to the pinned areas of my map when I remembered to show dominance over the records like usual, before rock hopping across the small river. There is a lot of walking and looting in this half episode, so there's quite a few cuts just as a small warning. Getting up the hill, I realised I had a level up pack, where I got absolutely nothing that would be very well useful, or even usable at my current point in time, as well as some bubblegum, of course. I decided to go with the chem weight reduction since majority of my weight, future and present, will be consisted of chems, whether I use them or not. It will be helpful, and I made sure to equip any free slots, just for the sake of having them. Realising my dumbass just ran all the way back to Vault 76 when I could have just teleported there, I decided to take my anger out on the nearby ghouls by yet again running them for their pockets and looting the nearby bus, which for some reason had quite a lot of valuable loot inside. Before, as you can guess, another walking session, I stumbled upon Settlers Ridge, a cliffside village that was stacked to the brim with regular loot I can scrap up, which of course I did, and my first power armor set of the series, which still had a fusion core, a lucky find indeed.
I know a guy who could fix that.
Completely baffled at the find, I completely lost any brain power when it came to anything, so it took me a moment to realise I had to take the power armor off before I can jump into the chassis, continuing to lockpick a box and jumping off the side, where I ran to the next area, which was actually mission based.
Nice armor, buddy.
Keep idle too long, you'll lose your way.
The scorpion ferals don't get you. Right.
Taking off the chassis as I got there and collecting it into my inventory before going in, and of course, some more looting.
The road. Maybe you should give it a visit.
The settler inside didn't seem very happy by my approach into his humble abode, so I threatened him for information about the people and I was trying to find and their location, before doing a double take on him to make sure he wouldn't try anything. Of course, making sure to steal his pot plants on the way out. On another walking session, as I left this place, I got jumped by mole rats on the side of the street, so I hopped on a car to make sure I don't get killed. Where I continued to shoot them, and then tried to bash one to death, but he just didn't want to die, because it just, melee hits just don't do anything. Finally making my way down to the fair. I cut majority of it, but it's because it was a repeat. I just walked around to every building in a row, looted them up, killed a few, got jump scared by a few, scorched, and that was about it. Poor guy got hung around the pole. I got another level up and decided to go with the picklocking skill and perception tree because I feel like it'd be, well, it would come in handy later on. Finally deciding to make my way up to the actual mission quest, which was talking to the guy up here. I first of all just scavenged his whole area, his whole campsite for loot because it's mine now, and that's what I do. After doing that, I headed back on the road again where I noticed some gunshots up the road to realise settlers were getting jumped by a bunch of liberation robots or whatever they're called. So, of course, I decided to help out. Finally getting to the area I needed, I was the one to get jumped by the liberation robots now. Swiftly wiping them out before making my way down the front entrance of the building. Actually being nice for once, I decided to negotiate with the raiders instead of just slaughtering them on the spot, which honestly wasn't genuinely my intention. I wanted to loot them up, get their guns so I can scrap them, but it is what it is. If I want to kill them later, I'll kill them later. Going inside their main base, I did what I always do, again, like the 100th time for this video, and just looted the hell out of the place, because all the loot is mine. Also picking up a short pump action shotgun on the way, which, as you'll see later, kind of misplaced.
No one's heard from Batter.
On my way down, I hear them talking about Batter, which, if you don't know what happened last video, I swiftly made work of him. Actually no, I don't know what happened to him at all. I don't even recall seeing a Batter. My ass thought I was sneaky down here, so I was hiding from them. But I forgot they're kind of in a truce for me right now, while I hunt their treasure for them.
You the one with the password? Presume someone gave it to you because... No.
Honestly, he's kind of lucky that I doesn't shoot him on spot. I could have put like a whole shotgun shell into him and his friend, but I didn't. I don't know why. So, if I decide to change my mind up later, I will. And of course, we all know the true treasure is the friendship we made along the way.
Tell me where this thing is, or are you just wasting my time? Damn right you will. But I'm a general.
Find out what.
Finally getting back to Duchess. Sorry, that was horrible editing back there. But yeah, finally getting back to Duchess, I told her what I found, and what I did with the raiders, which she honestly wasn't very happy about them too. I really should have just killed them on spot, but it is what it is. Opening my Pip-Boy, I saw there was a transmitter signal that I had to listen to. Obviously putting it on, and then opening the map to see where I had to go, which honestly wasn't too far from where I already was. Putting the most satisfying speed up clip of my life into the video of me dumping all my aid away, which, as you saw earlier, how I got the chem perk, it was weighing me down a hell of a lot, so I just dumped it all away before heading on. Pulling up to a building just down the road, I saw a few sailors getting absolutely jumped by wolves, so I decided to help out, which I think I also just killed one of the settlers by accident too. Going on top of the building to make sure the other survivor up there was alright. He handled that perfectly fine. And then I decided, because I had to go on top of the rock next to me anyways, I tried to jump from building to the rock ledge, but for no reason at all, the game just didn't let it happen, as you will see. Getting atop the rock, I noticed absolute hellbreak on top of it, where there was ashes, corpses scattered everywhere. And there was a chip that I needed to pick up in the ashes in the ground. Pulled up to the mine where I wiped out all the squash out front, and then continued to go scrap my loot at the workbench. Now this is what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about the shotgun. I went to go scrap my loot at the workbench and accidentally pressed space to scrap my shotgun, as in like an instinctual command in my brain, and yeah, accidentally just deleted my whole shotgun. As you can see, I was in pure disbelief about it because it was a really good weapon. Continuing on inside the mines, I saw even more hellbreak. It was just pure chaos inside, blood everywhere, ashes, corpses, bodies, all that. And more loot for me to carry. I did end up finding a fire axe, which I used to wipe out the scorch, which honestly was not the most smart idea, considering it was putting them down to like 2 HP and I would just get 3 hits on me. I was getting down to 2 HP like immediately. Now, just before the clip cut there, I did actually find another shotgun on the counter, or on one of the corpses. I don't really quite remember, actually. But that's why it's not much of a loss for the actual other shotgun, because I pretty well just got a free part added to my crafting for it. So I got my shotgun back, yay. Also, after picking up Soul, I had to go through the caves, kill more Scorch, tried to find the robot, Polly I think it was.
so long. Corroded. Wet cave really did a number on it.
After clearing out all the scorch there, I decided it was time for me to head back to the Wayward. So I had Polly and was on my way. I didn't actually realise I was over encumbered for like a few seconds after leaving the mines, so I decided to quickly place down my camp anyways, since I was going to find a new base spot soon, and build a stash box so I can just stash all my junk in. I finally completed the quest. I went back to the Wayward, talked to Duchess, she asked me where Polly was, I had to equip her and put her, her head in a jug, and that was that really. That was it, and now I just had to find a body for Polly, which I don't do in this episode, because it was time to find a base spot. Look at that beautiful character. I did the usual after exiting the Wayward. Went to the overseas cache area, stash thing, recycled my stuff, modified some weapons, and I got another level up perk. Didn't really get all too much from the perk pack. There was a few things that I got that helped, like obviously snow metabolism and stuff like that, but that's really it. I decided I was going to build my base around the building there, which we would soon find as ArcJet Systems. It looked like it had a nice mountain when I arrived there and decided to build on the edge of it. I got here and it did quite look really flat, which was perfect for what I needed to build my base in. And yeah, here's a little building montage. There was also actually a coal deposit spot here as well, which I could actually place down like a copper mine. That was obviously going to be useful because that's just free copper for if I wait a little while. Now I did actually try to move my campsite, like its actual thing, but keep the radius. I accidentally moved the actual thing itself and destroyed my whole base. But luckily the base is still saved as a saved concept, which was amazing because I didn't want to have to rebuild that. About here I actually decided to place down a few turrets and the actual copper mine. I also decided I'll place down a few vegetation as well for farming later on. My house and base was finally finished after I touched it up into what I wanted it to kind of look like to begin with. I will be adding changes to it later on in future videos, but as for now, I did really enjoy it, and the sunset was absolutely beautiful. Now, again, seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. Even if you watch 30 seconds, if you watch 10 minutes, if you watch the whole thing, I genuinely appreciate any support given, and for you taking time out of your day to watch my horrible content. And I'll see you guys in the next video.